welcome back to Premier League Dad. My name is Kee. We are live, of course, for another FIFA Club World Cup game. We've got Real Madrid against Juventus now. What a massive night it was in the Club World Cup. I've been slating this tournament. And City went out last night. I was asleep, obviously, I didn't watch it. But City went out last night. And I don't think anyone really saw that coming. I mean, City weren't great. And Ederson really wasn't great. But it was a mad result. When I woke up this morning, I looked and I was a little bit like, okay, what's going on there? And yeah, City, I have no idea what on earth is going on with them, but hey-ho. Listen, a massive thank you to you guys for watching. A massive thank you, of course, as always, to our sponsors, Match Bingo. Match Bingo continuing to support Premier League Dad as we move forward in towards the new season and the pre-season and everything. Match Bingo, absolutely... I need to move this way, don't I? Match Bingo, absolutely massive supporters of this channel. And if you want to support this channel, go and download their app. You can go and do it now. Go and check them out. They're absolutely brilliant guys over at Match Bingo. And if you go and download the app, you deposit £5, you get £10 free. £10 free. With Match Bingo. So go and check them out. They're absolutely fantastic. And the way that it works, again, I'll go through it. The way that it works is you buy a bingo card for a game like this one. You can buy a bingo card for this game, right? For Real Madrid against Juventus. Go and buy a bingo card, and you on the app, you download the app, and it'll come up 15 random events that can take place during tonight's game, and it'll say things like Real Madrid corner, Juventus free kick in the second half, throw into Real Madrid, shot on target from Juventus, things of that nature, right? And as those things happen during the game, you'll see them ticked off on your bingo card. And you can win a small fortune. You can make, I think it's up to 250, 300 quid per game. Your bingo cards only cost you a couple of quid, 2 or 3 quid. And it's worth a go. I think it's definitely different, and it's fun and exciting. And go and check them out. They're absolutely great guys. They're supporting the channel. Over 10,000 Match Bingo players across the UK, and they've paid out over 200 grand in prize money. So go and check them out. And a massive thank you to those that already have. And with that said, let's get live on everywhere else that we're not allowed to say that stuff on. 1 second, here we go. Let me catch up with everything. 3-star Reds, Forest, agree deal with Leon for Malik Fofana. Just up to the player now if he wants to move. Bayern linked along with other suitors. Is it the big stumbling block? Malik Fofana. Honestly, Forest get Malik Fofana. That is some move, you know. Liverpool have been interested in. 3-star Reds, Forest ready to submit bid for Yunus Musa as well. Ooh, Yunus Musa, nice. That'll be a decent move. Obviously, he's been at AC Milan. He's been at for a while now, Musa. Ethan, Key, I've got good news. Oh, is it the news I'm thinking of, Ethan? Is it the news I'm thinking of? If so, mate, I'm waiting. I'm not gonna say it, but I'm waiting for you to say it. If that's the news, I'm made up for you, mate. Kieran, hi, mate. Good to see you, Kieran. 3-star Reds just need the top tipster before game kicks off, and we can all retire rich after 90 minutes. Well, I'm waiting for him. I am waiting for him. Ben, yes, Key. Good to see you, Ben. How's it going, man? Kieran. Oh, what's this you've done? Top fans. Oh, here we go. Kieran Baines is our top fan. I don't know how that's been awarded, by the way. I don't know how that's been awarded. I'm just waiting to see what's happened now. Nick Nack is number 3. Kieran is number 1. I don't know what's going on here. Can you guys see this, or can I? I don't know. But there's like a little crown next to your names on my YouTube chat. I don't know if that's just recently, something new, but there you go. Certain people have got crowns, I guess, based on how much of a fan you are. I don't know. It's a bit bizarre. Nick Nack haircut. Yes, mate, got my haircut. Got my haircut yesterday. And I got recognised in the barbers as well. Honestly, the most mad thing that's ever happened to me. The most mad thing that has ever happened to me. I got recognised in the barbers. Went in the barbers and some guy was... I said this story last night, but for you who wasn't here. I walked in and this guy went, "Oh, no way, it's Premier League Dad." Chimey, hey all, how's it going? Good to see you, Chimey. LFC fan, good to see you. Daz Reynolds, big up. When will we know the new numbers for next season? And will the one sign? I don't know what that means, Daz. It's like a contest to see who can talk the most shit. Well, yeah, there you go. There you go. Oh, you've just jumped up to number 1 now, Nick Knack. You've gone from 2 to 1. There you go. You're winning in the shit talking then. Right. So we are about 15 minutes away from kickoff here. We'll go through the lineups and everything shortly. It's been a mad 24 hours since we last spoke, obviously. Right, let me see what we're talking about on here. Sam, how's it going? Sam, good to see you. United forever, fresh trim key. Good to see you, man. How's it going? Andy, Rangers top. No Rangers top behind me just yet, mate. No Rangers top just yet, but maybe in time. Chimey, hope we get an entertaining game. You and me both, man. You and me both. I am getting ripped to shreds, by the way, from a few people. From a few people who have just noticed my new thumbnails. I've just posted some new thumbnails on YouTube, and I am getting tore to shreds for them because I've put my face on it. I usually only put the logo on it, but I've put my face on it, and the reason I put my face on it is because I was told that it helps with getting click-throughs, and people seem to respond better to faces on thumbnails. So I've put my face on the thumbnails now, and it looks a bit creepy to me, at least. But other people have said it's good. Some people are turning me apart for it. So I'm going to try it for July anyway, see if it makes a difference. Chimey, we've done that one, sorry. Kieran, my prediction for this game is 2-2, Real Madrid to score in extra time to make it 3-2 Real Madrid. Nice. Daz, who's the next player we are getting for Liverpool? I would imagine it's going to be Gay. Yeah, I think it'll be Gay. Matlow, do you have... Oh, sorry, United Forever, what game is it? It's Real Madrid v Juventus, mate. Yeah, Real Madrid v Juventus. You can watch it. It's on Channel 5. Oh, no, it's not on Channel 5. Is it on 5? What's it on? Chimey, weren't you creeped out by the ending to yesterday's stream? Are we talking about the... about our friend who just bizarrely knew all of the stuff about... Oh, come on, why is this not working? Right, swerve that. I'll sort it in a minute. Matt Lowe, do you have an unpopular opinion about the next Premier League season? Unpopular opinion. Unpopular opinion. I think Spurs are the biggest improvers. I think Spurs maybe finish in the top 6. Yeah, Spurs finish in the top 6. I also think Everton are an outside chance to go down. I'll say that. Nick Knack, it's not on 5 tonight. Where is it then? It must. Oh, it's on DAZN then, isn't it? Oh, I'm gonna have to plug my bloody telly thing in so I can actually get the DAZN app on. Ant Britt, hardly been a mad scramble for Calvert-Lewin's signature as the... Well, he's only been a free agent for a day, but I do think there's going to be a bit of a scramble. I wouldn't be surprised if United or Newcastle ended up winning for him. When it went in for him. United forever. Who are Real Madrid playing? Juventus. ZQXV, unpopular opinion. Bayern win this Club World Cup. It's not that unpopular, that. Bayern, PSG, Real Madrid. It's going to be one of them now, isn't it? Surely. Nick Knack, it's not on 5 tonight. 3-star Reds. Was last night's City result a fair reflection of the game or a gentleman's agreement between two owners? Now, there is a fair point. I mean, look, I don't know. I would have said, to be honest, I don't think there was corruption last night. Ederson made his first save of the game. I think, didn't he? He conceded 4 goals from 6 shots on target, and he made his first save in, I think, the 104th minute in extra time. Like, he had a really, really, really bad game last night, Ederson. Chimey, man predicted the correct scoreline. I know, and none of us saw it coming, did we? None of us. Nick Knack, Everton are an outside chance to go down every season. Never seems to actually happen, though, sadly. Kieran, what is your prediction, mate? My prediction for this one, I would say... Ooh, I think 3-1 to Madrid, sadly. I'm hoping not, but I think it's going to be 3-1 Madrid. Finners Matty, are you watching the Women's Euros tomorrow night? Yes, I am, yeah. I've updated that all on YouTube, so if you do want to go and check out what games we've got coming up in the next few days, we've got 2 days of women's football before we have a slight switch back to the Club World Cup. We're also going to be doing the Champions League next week. The Champions League is back. We'll be doing Linfield against Shelbourne in the first qualifying round of the Champions League. We've also got TNS coming up. Loads and loads of Champions League footy as well. Loads of Champions League footy. Jake, evening all, good to see you. Samot92, Nunes was one of the worst buys of the century. Don't be silly, he still won an absolute raft of stuff. Be yourself, Dylan, who's winning it now? I think Bayern, I think you could be right, you know, Dylan. I think Bayern haven't been great, though. Something tells me it'll be Real Madrid. If it's not City, I think it'll be Real Madrid. Yeah. United forever, 1, 2, 3, 4. Nowhere near us, thanks. Sully, would you be surprised if Juve managed to win this? I mean, not really. Given the context of the season and the context of this tournament, you know, Real Madrid haven't been anything spectacular. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised at all. There's been loads of surprise results in this tournament. So maybe Juve do win this. I've put Real Madrid to win, but every game I've backed... Every game I've backed Real Madrid or every game I've backed someone to go through, they've always not got knocked out. So I backed Inter Milan to go through last night. What happened? There you go. United forever. Edison looking at that Saudi money. Emiliano, guten Tag, Emiliano. Why are you on TikTok and not on YouTube? You're usually in my YouTube crowd, Emiliano. I need you on YouTube. Get yourself over to YouTube. United forever. Are you doing the England games? I'll be doing the vast majority of the Women's Euros, as long as they don't conflict with what we, not me necessarily, but we collectively determine to be a bigger game. So I'm gonna make a decision. Basically, I've put the next 2 days on of the Women's Euros. I'm gonna put them on. I'm gonna see how we get on, and maybe it's good fun. I don't know. I've got no real understanding of what to expect of the Women's Euros. I've never seen the Women's Euros before, so I am curious to watch a little bit of it and see what happens. If you guys respond and you want more of it, then we'll watch more of it. If not, then I'll watch something else. So we'll see. We'll give it a whirl and we'll see how it gets on. But there's always going to be other games. There's other stuff we can watch, whether it be the Club World Cup, the Women's Euros, there's the Champions League kicking off, there's the Europa League kicking off, there's the Conference League kicking off. And there's also games across Europe as well still going on. You've got to remember the Finnish League, the Norwegian League, the Latvian League, the Icelandic League. A lot of these leagues that run across the summer, when it's a little bit, less frozen in those places, they run across the summer months when England and various other leagues shut down. So there's still lots of footy to be shown in those countries. And to be honest, you know what the mad thing is? On this channel, we've had, I think, what game was it we watched the other day? We watched the Latvian League, Auda against Riga, and that ended up having like double the number of viewers of the Club World Cup game. So I was a little bit like, well, we might as well be watching more Latvian games and Finnish games than the bloody Club World Cup. 1 second, here we go. 3-star Reds, where's Jake? Would love to hear his thoughts on Newcastle's latest desperate 50 million Elanga bid. I'll ask the question. Kieran, as a Liverpool fan, would you want Everton to go down because of the derby game? No, I wouldn't necessarily want them to go down, but if they did, I'd have a chuckle, I'd have a laugh, of course, same as they would with us. Razine, how are you, mate? Good to see you. Missed the best match of the Cup. City, Al Hilal. Only caught the second half. Not in the mood for today's hate watch, so my... Oh, you're going, mate. All right, take it easy, Razine. Have a nice one, mate. Finners, my prediction is 2-2 after normal time and Juventus win on pens. Okay. Nick Knack, I'd like Juve to win personally, but I don't think they will. 3-star Reds, 60 million gets Newcastle a place at the Elanga table, but Forest still hold all the aces. Do we think Elanga goes to Newcastle? Let me know. Chimey, are you planning on doing watch-alongs for the bottom teams of the Prem? Of course, mate. Listen, as soon as the Prem restarts, I promise you we will be doing 2, 3, 4 watch-alongs. Probably on a Saturday, certainly. On a Saturday, we'll end up doing the 12 o'clock, the 3 o'clock, the 5:30, and then an 8 o'clock as well. So Saturday, I'll be here all day. All day, Saturdays and Sundays probably as well. And then we'll do the midweek stuff. So whoever's playing... I absolutely assure you we'll be doing the watch-alongs in the Premier League, the Championship, the League 1, League 2 as well. We'll see what's on, and I'll continue doing my 1 stream a day minimum. I promise you. Razine, which non-European team do you see the most chances for reaching closer to the trophy? Hilal, Fluminense or Palmeiras? I think Hilal. Yeah, probably Hilal, but I still don't think that they'll win it. LFC fan, how do you watch the Iceland League? You'd be amazed, mate. There's a lot of places you can watch football. Legit as well, not dodge. Legit watch football completely for free online. You can watch it if you're watching on, if you don't bet 365, if you put a bet on that, you usually stream it on there. You can watch it on OneFootball. OneFootball's a great site. That's completely free. You can watch a lot of great football on that from across Europe. And yeah, you can watch it. Honestly, you'd be surprised how much footy you can watch for free without actually, having a subscription or anything. And totally legit. It's not a dodgy online stream somewhere. Nick Knack, you were probably the only one on the planet doing a Latvian watch-along. Well, maybe that's true. Kieran Baines, Key, where is Jesse Lingard nowadays? As far as I'm aware, he's in Korea, isn't he? Manny on the map. Football on tonight. Yes, mate, it's on DAZN. It is on DAZN. So I need to, in fact, give me a sec. Let me plug that in. And then we can actually get it going. Because I was of the understanding that it was on Channel 5. And alas, it isn't. It's on DAZN. Okay. Right. Nick Knack looks like Semenyo's staying at Bournemouth. He signed a new contract. That doesn't necessarily mean he's staying, though. Doesn't necessarily mean he's staying, but I get where you're coming from. I mean, if he signed it, you would think that might keep him for a while longer. LFC Fan 200, what will the Linfield game be on? It's on BBC iPlayer, I think, that one. But there's quite a few. Like I say, there's a lot of other Champions League games. The Linfield one is on BBC iPlayer. Dragos, who was better, Prime Alan Shearer or Prime Erling Haaland? Prime Alan Shearer by some distance. Jake Key, can you tell us the latest on the Isak situation? But we're not going to be doing Isak again, for God's sake. We're gonna limit the whole Alexander Isak conversation for tonight, because I get the feeling we're sounding like a broken record. So we'll focus on other things tonight, if nothing else. 4 minutes to kick off. It is on DAZN, this one. Ahmed, I've told you all along, City aren't the same anymore. Remember I mentioned the Al Hilal thing yesterday? You did, yes. Reveal clothing, can't wait for Jude Bellingham to do something average, and everyone hyping it up as world class. J-Star Trading have just been on a TikTok live with Ronaldinho. Oh, what a player he was. He was one of my favourite players ever. One of my absolute favourite players ever. Jake, I think this 50 million plus add-ons for Elanga has to be the last bid. If it gets him, good. If not, go elsewhere. Okay, who would you go for then if you couldn't get Elanga? Who would you get? Jake, Key. Oh, 1 second, you've done that one. Sorry, Fostermog, Forest are after Fofana, aren't they? I doubt they'll get him though. Why? Why do you doubt they'll get him? I mean, if they've put a bid in, surely there's an opportunity there for Forest. Surely, would you rule Man City out of the title race next season? No, not just yet. Listen, Manchester City are an absolutely brilliant side. They've got a great bunch of players, and I do think that there's an opportunity there for them to seriously challenge for the title. But they are going to have to do a little bit better than they did yesterday. Liam, thank you for that, mate. Really appreciate you sending that through, mate. Bakayoko from PSV. Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad signing for Newcastle, would it? Jake, can't win the lottery if you don't buy a ticket. Ostermorg, has Haaland even hit his prime? I don't think he has hit his prime. He's still a very good player, but is he better than Alan Shearer, as we were saying? I don't think he's better than prime Alan Shearer. No. People forget how good Alan Shearer was. These young'uns who weren't around in the mid-90s, you know, when Shearer was at his absolute peak, he was so good. Even the early 2000s, some of the finishes Shearer was pulling off. For Newcastle as well, Newcastle weren't even, you know, I mean, they're probably bigger now than they were then. Jamie, each week I want to try a slip of wins for Bayern, Ajax, Sporting City, Liverpool and Napoli. These are the teams I trust the most when it comes to competitive football. Not Panama under-20s women's, as you did the other week. 3-star Reds, TNT Sport for me for Saturday for the Tour de France. All the way through to the European finals in May. I've never understood watching the Tour de France. I mean, each to their own, mate. I'm not knocking you. But I've always found that a bit like... I kind of go back to the whole, what Carl Pilkington said about the Tour de France. Do you watch the start or do you watch the end? Like, do you watch the start where they all kind of kick it off, or do you watch, like, you know, the last leg of the race? Surely that's the interesting bit. I don't know. I've no idea. Joel, looking fresh today, PLD. Cheers, man. Thank you, Joel. Jake, I didn't think you would want to talk about Isak today after Romano's update. What I've not even seen Romano's update. I've not even seen it. Aggie, Big Al's better than Isak. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Daniel Birkby, prime Matt Letitia was something else. He was a good player, Letitia, wasn't he? Yeah, he was a good player. Hell of a player. Right, we're off. We're off and underway here. Why have I not started the clock? Come on. Get the old scoreboard going, Key. Pull your finger out. Right, we're off. We're off and underway. Real Madrid against Juventus. Let's go through the lineups. I was going to put them up on screen, but we'll just talk through them, won't we? We'll just talk through them. So, Real Madrid against Juventus. It's Courtois in goal. Rudiger, Tchouaméni and Huysen is a back three. It's Alexander-Arnold on the right. Boo. Garcia on the left. And a midfield of Valverde and Gula, with Bellingham just in front. Vinicius on the left. And young Gonzalo Garcia, who had a great season for Real Madrid B last season, and he started quite a few games in this tournament. I do just wonder whether Xabi Alonso is going to give him a chance in the new season. For Juventus, it's Di Gregorio in goal, Lloyd Kelly, Regani and Kalulu at the back, Cambiasso on the left, Costa on the right, midfield, Thuram and Locatelli, and then it's Yildiz on the left, Kenan Yildiz on the left, Conte Sao on the right, and Kolo Muani up front. Really looking forward to seeing Kolo Muani and how he gets on. Knick-knack, every type of goal Shearer used to score is the closest... Oh, every type of goal Shearer used to score, closest thing I've seen since is Harry Kane. Yes, I would agree with that. Although I would say, actually, I'm not sure Alan Shearer did. I think Alan Shearer sometimes lacked pace. Maybe not in his early career. No, even in his early career, he never had blistering pace, did he? Like, for me, I think Robbie Fowler is the closest thing I've seen to a complete striker, because he had that searing pace in his early days, and I'm never going to get past that. Robbie Fowler is still the best centre-forward I've seen. I know that's a mad thing. Suarez, actually. Suarez, but Fowler. Fowler's got a special place. Jake, give over it to all the Liverpool pages. You've worked really hard the last week finalising a deal for Ekatike. Told you so. I said Ekatike will be the one. Judas. Ostermorg, El Rat, hate watch today. Yeah. Chimey, is Gula playing? He is, yeah, he's in midfield. Nick Nack Shearer was that good he didn't need pace. Yeah, very true. Very true. He was a wonderful player, Alan Shearer. He was better in the air as well than most. Great in the air. Jake, Shearer had to adjust his playing style after injury. He still did it and couldn't run. Suarez, best for me. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Suarez is still the best for me, but Shearer was exceptional. That was the problem, I think, with Robbie Fowler and Michael Owen a little bit to a degree. Robbie Fowler had this unbelievable pace in his teens and his early 20s, and then he did his knee, and he was never the same again. He lost that pace, and after that he was just he was always still a fantastic finisher, but he was never couldn't go in behind anymore. Whereas same with Michael Owen, to be honest, as well. Michael Owen stopped playing on the shoulder, didn't he? He said that. He said as soon as he did his hamstring for Liverpool against Leeds, he had to change how he was as a player. He'd stop trying to make the run beyond the defender because he knew he couldn't beat him for pace anymore. So he used to try and come short, and that was never his game. Never. Nick Nack, pace is a cheat code, really. Yeah, best strikers don't need pace. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, it helps if you've got it. But I agree. You want your strikers to be a bit of a bulldozer. Like I like my strikers a bit more. Suarez, Rooney, those sort of bulls sort of thing up front. Kane and Shearer as well. You could probably throw into that. Drogba a little bit as well. KMC, David Villa needs to be the convo as top striker, most underrated of all. Yeah, love David Villa too. Yeah, David Villa was a fantastic centre forward. He kind of gets overlooked a little bit, doesn't he? From his time at Barcelona. It's quite sad. Lisha, surely it's not the same Robbie Fowler who went from Liverpool to City and back to Liverpool. That's the same one. Yeah, absolutely it is. And do you know what? When he came back to Liverpool, he was never ever rapid from that point, but he could still finish. So even if you just look at Robbie Fowler's goals when he was like 30, when he came back to Liverpool, a lot of them are like one touch straight into the side netting. Straight into the side netting. Jake, Owen was the biggest one after the hamstring. He had to adjust. He did become a really good poacher. I am Cruto, who's going to win the Club World Cup. Now City are out. Is it a major statement if Al Hilal wins it? Yeah, it is it is a major statement, but I will say this. It would be the biggest evidence yet of corruption if Al Hilal were to win it. That would kind of turn me off football a little bit. Because I'd start thinking to myself, look, it's getting to the point now where you can actually fully rig this tournament if Al Hilal are winning it. Lisha, Nunes is an example that pace doesn't matter if you can't finish your dinner. What are you on about, mate? Darwin Nunes is not only rapid, he can finish. He's just been really poor this season in terms of confidence, but he's not been like dire. He's not been dire. He just needs a run of games. Darwin Nunes, honestly, is the most hated on. Oh, Juventus are in here. Kolo Muani, 1-on-1. What a finish! Oh, just over the bar. You've got to stick that in, Randall. Who was that he got in front of there? It wasn't Trent Alexander-Arnold again, was it? Switching off. I think it was. Lovely little spin off his shoulder, and it was Kolo Muani running off Trent Alexander-Arnold. Couldn't get back, and Kolo Muani probably should have finished that, Should be 1-0 Juve. Absolutely right, Nick Knack. Nick Knack used to love seeing youngsters burst onto the scene like that. Robbie Fowler won friggin' like he was. Oh, I can't honestly. There's never been a youngster like Robbie Fowler. Never. Everyone who can put like Wayne Rooney when he burst onto the scene, it wasn't as big as Robbie Fowler. Robbie Fowler scored more, created more. He was just incredible at the same age as well. 17, 18, 19, knocking in 30 Premier League goals. Guy was insane. 3-star Reds, despite being die-hard Forest fan in the 40-plus years of watching the Reds, have seen some great players on both sides when watching Forest. That's what makes the game so great. Totally agree. Yeah, this is it. This is what this channel's about as well. Making sure we all recognise everyone else's plays. It's not a Liverpool channel, as much as sometimes make it that way. We talk about a bit of everything. Nice mixed bag. Shot from distance. Real Madrid just wide. I am crew. Thing is, the idea of a Club World Cup is amazing, but the players need the rest. Yeah, Jurgen Klopp got stick for saying that, didn't he? Got lots of stick for saying that. Nick Knack, he tried to be too clever. I think that's probably fair. Yeah, I think that's probably fair to say. Ostermorg, I love it. A good hate watch on Scouse Voldemort so far. Ronnie Dodge, you missed a good game last night with that City game. Did you stay up and watch it, Ronnie? I'm past my bedtime, to be honest. Tolgadi Yorkie, hello, how's it going, mate? What have you got for this one? What score for this one? What score have you got? That's what we're all waiting for, mate. Good to see you, though. The culture, we could get him worth selling Isaac. We're linked with him for 40 million, I think. Who's that? Oh, Kolo Muani. Yeah, Kolo Muani in exchange for Isaac. I mean, let's be honest. If you had Isaac out for 120 or something like that and you went and got Kolo Muani, you would be, I think, arguably a better side. Lisha, Van Basten would have been the greatest. Van Basten was great, yeah. Another great player. BCFC Benji just announced the signing of James Beadle. Wow, James Beadle for Birmingham. That'd be alright. That'd be alright. To Birmingham, yeah. Ronnie Dodge, I did, but I struggled. I'm knackered, to be honest. The culture, Lloyd Kelly playing in this is crazy. He's been a bad signing for these. Here's Juventus pushing forward again here now. Shot from distance. Oh, just wide. Again, it's all just kicking off here now. It all just feels like there's opportunities for Juventus. And a lot of them are coming, funnily enough, down that left-hand side. Down the side where Trent is. That gap between Rudiger and Trent. It's Tchouaméni and Trent, actually. It takes a bit of a deflection, that shot from Yildiz. Just wide of the far post. Courtois was stranded. It's going to be a Juve corner. Whew. Tolgadi Yorkie, I coded the real match. The data in this match tells me that Real Madrid will not lose. The first half will be 0-0. Okay. Second half will be... Reese, I'm the only person in the world who has solved this system. Okay, well listen. If you're saying it's 0-0 at half time, I am in on that. I'll bite. I'll bite. 0-0 half time, says Tolgadi Yorkie. If you say that, mate, I'll back it. Go on. I'll do it. Timbo Slice, is Fowler the best ever Premier League youngster? Fabregas runs him close, in my opinion. Different positions, of course. No, Fowler is absolutely the best ever Premier League youngster. Real Madrid half-time, 0, full-time, 1. So it's going to be finished. It's going to finish 1-0. Real Madrid 1, Juventus 0. Is that what you're saying? Half-time 0-0, Real Madrid 1-0. That's what we're saying. Turkish, please. Mate, I wish I could. I don't know Turkish. I have no idea how to speak Turkish. I'm sorry. I really wish I could. BM Karen, Villa got Zepi Quaino Redmond this morning. Yes, they did. Yeah, good signing. Good young player. We saw a lot of him in the under-19s. Be yourself, Dylan. Trent is leaving gaps already. Yep, you can see that, can't you? He certainly is. BM Karen, hello mate. It's BM on YouTube now. Cheers, BM. Thank you. Thank you for the people who are moving across over to YouTube. A massive, massive thank you to you. I really need you to do that. Nick Narkanelka was up there when it comes to brilliant teenagers. Yeah, Le Sulk, he was a good player. Carl Berry, 4-2 Real Madrid, you're saying, Carl. Okay. Tolgadi Yorkie, I coded the Real Madrid match, and the data in this match tells me Real Madrid will not lose, will win the first half with 0 points, and the second half with a score of 1. How can they win the first half with 0 points? Okay, let me say this then. There you go. The culture, Fowler better than Owen. Fowler was, honestly, Michael Owen, the most overrated Liverpool player, I think. One of the most overrated Liverpool players I've ever seen. Won a Ballon d'Or and never scored 19 Premier League goals. How mad's that? Won a Ballon d'Or, never scored 20 Premier League goals. Only ever got 19. Loads of players got 20 or more. Okay, great, love it. Right, I'm on that. Count me in. Okay. Right, bet builder. Half-time draw Real Madrid. Right, there you go. So it's 11-1. I'll bite. I'll bite. Draw full time, Real Madrid. Sorry for the gap there. Sorry for the gap, but it's done. I've backed it. I've got on it. You have you've fully convinced me, mate. I've done it. Yeah, cheers, Matt. I've sorted it now, Matty. Cheers for that, mate. Thank you. Right, sorry, I was just putting a bet on on Tolgadi Yorkie there. 0-0 half time, 1-0 full time to Real Madrid, and he's told us 10 minutes in. So the guys, I mean, look, he got it bang on the money yesterday, so why not? Carl Berry, hope you win. Cheers. Nice. Well, hey, let's see. This year, with all of them kebabs in your lifetime, you'd have thought you're fluent in Turkish. Well, no, hey, nothing wrong with that. I quite like it in Turkey. Tayyura, do you sell those t-shirts at the back of you? I mean, that's not the reason they're there, but if you want to buy them, crack on. Give us a shout. I'll happily sell them. Timbo Slice, Joe Cole has to be up there for Prem Youngsters too. Not for me. Not for me. Why doesn't the Champions League open up a worldwide level and then that be the Club World Cup? Because imagine trying to sell, imagine trying to, not sell, move around and stuff. Michael, evening Kieran. I was shocked at that Man City result earlier. Maybe they're not as good as they made themselves out to be with all their new signings. I think, look, you've got to give it time. You've got to give it time. But I agree. Look, it was definitely a shock result, wasn't it, Michael? Yeah, absolutely a shock. Knick-knack, shocks happen in football, though. It would be boring if they didn't. Too right. Yeah. Be yourself, Dylan. Me and my mate are too. Nice, Dylan. Love it. I am crew. Travel would obviously be an issue if that happened with the Champions League, but it benefits player welfare. That's true, yeah. I am crew. It's no different, really, to an international break. I guess so. Yeah. Be yourself, then I'm going for Juventus. Nice. Well, see, I'm sticking with Real. I'm sticking with my mate. I'm sticking with my mate here in the chat. Love it. Cha-ching. Cha-ching. So what's everyone been up to anyway? So let's listen, we're watching the footy, but let me know what everyone's been up to generally. What's going on in life? What's good? What's good with people? What's not so good? Let's talk, let's talk life. Timbo Slice, I've always thought the World Cup qualifying should be done all at once in a month or something. Mate, if they could honestly, I would love to just end all international football bar the World Cup. And the Euros, maybe, that's it. Like, literally, they should just get together to play the regional tournaments and the World Cup, and that's it. No qualifying, no friendlies. The World Cup should be 200 teams. And that's it. Like, just make it happen. Nice, love to see it. I am crew. It's one of the best Champions Leagues. We're after COVID when all the games were done quick. Be yourself, Dylan. Last year I predicted the 3 teams to go down and I predicted Liverpool to win it. Nice one, Dylan. Did you back it? I bet you won a small pot of that one. Well done. Michael, Kieran, you must be a proud Liverpool fan over Harvey Elliott's performance in the Under-21 tournament. He's elevated his status with a number of clubs showing interest in him. Does he stay at Liverpool? Yes, proud of him. Lovely to see him doing well. Would like him to stay at Liverpool selfishly, but no, he isn't going to. I don't want him to stay at Liverpool. I want him to, but that would be the selfish thing. The right thing, morally, ethically, is that he moves on and he goes and becomes a wonderful player elsewhere, because he isn't going to get ahead of Mo Salah at Liverpool. He's never ever going to get ahead of Mo Salah while Salah's at the club, so it just feels like his career is on pause. And that needs to be, remedied. That needs to change for him to become the player he should be. Good ball through the middle here. Vinicius Jr., Juve win it. Well done. Lisha, will you be going to the World Cup next year in America supporting England? No. No. Mate, I'll be honest. My days of going to games are done. I've said that many times on this channel. I think my days of going to games are pretty much done and dusted. I've no interest in going and watching England, put it that way. If I was going watching games of football, they would definitely be club games, not England. Yeah, I'm not bothered about international football, really. Juve with the ball in, and there you go. Straight shot at Courtois from Conceição. Reveal clothing, Jude Bellingham having a quiet game so far. I am Crew. How do we think the World Cup will be now Iran have qualified, which I'm sure they have? I don't think it'll matter so much. You know, there was tensions between. I don't know how much I can say on these platforms, but there was certainly tensions between various nations around World Cups. I remember Iran played the USA in France '98, didn't they? I think did Iran win? I think Iran won. Mehdi Mardavikia and Ali Daei, that great Iran side of 1998. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they beat the US as well. So there have been certainly tensions with those countries in the past, and then they've played each other in big tournaments. It's always, it's happened. Sure, England played Argentina around the time the Falklands was going on as well, I mean, that was always a bit feisty, wasn't it? Jake, I said the same as you about Elliot Anderson, Key. I regret it now. The Elliots in the under-21s, absolute fire. Yeah, mate, they're fantastic. Elliot Anderson's great as well. Michael Kieran, I hope you've managed to sort out your stream now with you having to end your stream early. Yes, yeah, no, the streaming issue, by the way, is, or at least looks to be, completely sorted. It looks like it's fine. Yeah, it looks like it's absolutely fine. So, yeah, a massive thank you to those that have stayed and whatever, but I think it is all fine. We've done the last 3 streams now on OBS. I've completely changed software provider. I normally streamed on Streamlabs. That was causing a lot of issues. I've switched over to OBS, and now everything is absolutely tickety-boo and fine. So, yes, everything's fine, and everyone, hopefully, if you do come back to YouTube, it would massively help me if you did. No pressure, stay on TikTok if you want to stay on TikTok. But YouTube is the place I need people to be, and in time, I think we probably will end up, just being on YouTube eventually. Reveal, 1 second, here we go. Ostermorg, Vert softens the Elliot blow at least. Yeah, a little bit. I am Crew. Trump would not take it well if Iran beat the States. The States are great. They're absolutely great. That's a terrible Trump impression, isn't it? It's awful. They're fantastic. Reveal clothing. How do you rate Trent's Real Madrid career so far? I mean, they've not really done anything, have they? They've not done anything. He's not done anything. Still time, I guess. It's going to be a goal kick to Juventus. Zachman, hey bro, sorry it's been a minute, but how do you think about Chelsea? And do you think they could win it? No, I don't think they could win it. I don't think they will win it. No, there's too many teams better than Chelsea in this tournament. Knick-knack, weren't Iran and USA in the same group last time? Yes, they were. Yeah, they were. I got 11s, 3-star reds. Yeah, I got 11s. Well done. See how you get on with it. See how you get on. There's Christian Karembeu. There's some cracking players, ex-players there in the stands. Arsene Wenger was there. Christian Karembeu. Looked like Wesley Sneijder was there as well. Some great former players. Juventus ball in. It's gone over. It's going to be a corner to Juve. I am Crew. We played them in 86. The famous Maradona handball. Falklands was 82. Right. See, there you go. I got my Falklands dates mixed up, but I knew it was around about that time. Be yourself, Dylan. That was a small dub on your Trump accent. I am Crew. Petition for the World Cup live streams to be done entirely in a Trump accent. Oh. I need to work on my Trump accent. Nick Nat, Juve have had the best chances. They have so far, yeah. Davids is in the studio. Is he really? Edgar Davids. Barnet legend. Barnet legend. Timbo Slice, on paper, Chelsea only need to beat one team better than them to win it. Could definitely happen. Well, they've got to beat Palmeiras and then Al Hilal, haven't they? And, you know, they probably have got a pathway to the final now, haven't they? If nothing else, Chelsea. But I can't. The problem is on the other side of the tournament, they're either going to play Real Madrid, Bayern, or PSG, and I think all three of them wipe the floor with Chelsea. So, Gaz88, what do you think of the game so far? It's been a bit flat. I'll be honest with you. It's been a bit naff. Yeah, it's not been great. Not been great at all. We've not really had any chances so far. It's been a disappointing watch. But hey. Alex Macklin, any news on Gerald Kwanzaa yet? He's passed his medical. I think he signed his contract. It just hasn't quite been officially formalised and announced. Timbo Slice, what's your all-time Liverpool 11? Well, I've watched bits of Kenny Dalglish and I've watched bits of Ian Rush and I've watched bits of Alan Hansen. Chance cleared away. Oh, Real Madrid very nearly should have scored there. They should have scored. It was Bellingham. It was a bit of a sitter. I had my I nearly threw that money away then. I was thinking to myself, oh my goodness, I was going to block him. I was going to block him and ban him if that went in. But yeah, I tend to think if you're going to be doing, you know, picking your all-time 11 for your club, it has to be, you know, in your lifetime, doesn't it? So for me, in my lifetime, I would say it's been Alisson in goal, sadly Trent at right back, Van Dijk, and it's a straight shot between Matip and Hyypiä. Matip or Hyypiä. I'd go Sami Hyypiä. Yeah, I'd go Van Dijk and Sami Hyypiä. But Matip was sensational. I'd go Van Dijk, Sami Hyypiä. Left back would be Andy Robertson. Midfield 3 would be Gerrard. Oh, this is so hard. Gerrard. See, I'm thinking of Alonso. I'm thinking of Mascherano. I'm thinking Jordan Henderson. I would go Gerrard. Oh, Gerrard, do I say Mascherano or Gravenberch, actually? Because Gravenberch's got to be up there, you know. I'm going to say Gerrard and Mascherano, but Gravenberch really could be up there soon. So I would go Gerrard and Mascherano with Coutinho just in front of him. Which I know is a bold move, but Coutinho for me is one of the best. And then I would have a front three of Salah, Suarez, Mane. Yeah. Salah, Suarez, Mane. Maybe John Barnes on the left, but Mane was sensational too. Even Steve McManaman on the left. Honestly, I grew up watching Steve McManaman, and what a great player he was. I'd probably even try and find a way. I wonder if I could put Suarez on the left and a Fowler through the middle. Oh, Suarez. Maybe I'd play 4-4-2 just to try and get that in. Do you know what I will? Do you know what? I'm not having Mane. I'm having Suarez and Fowler up front. I'm having Suarez and Fowler up front. Salah's going wide right. Coutinho's going wide left. And I'm having Gerrard and Mascherano as a 2 in the middle. There you go. Reveal clothing. Do the players really care about this tournament? Do the players really care about this tournament as they are normally on holiday this time of year? Well, they're all on some pretty big, juicy bonuses for winning it, mate. Alex Macklin, thank you. I am Crew. Do you think Trent and Bellingham will ever come back to England? I think Trent certainly will be in England, probably within the next 18 months. Yeah. Lisha, YouTube is cool, but TikTok feels way closer, like you're right here with me. Yeah, I know. But just do a brother a favour. Just hook a brother up. Hook a brother up. I am Crew. Towers, Trent made it, mate. Steve Finnan was clear of him. No, he wasn't. Listen, in the rating system of Liverpool right backs, it is Trent top. Then it's Arbeloa. Then it's Steve Finnan, maybe Marcus Babbel. Steve Finnan and Marcus Babbel are probably on a level. But it's Arbeloa after Trent. And he was another one who screwed us off, to be honest. Right, Vinny Jr. with a free kick here. Suarez. Oh, be yourself, Dylan. Gerrard had good times, but the slip lets him down. Behave yourself, Dylan. Gerrard was the best ever. Gus Mewis. What is your favourite kit of all time? Favourite kit of all time would be... I'm always going to say the Liverpool green one, you know. Real Madrid ball into the box. Claimed by Di Gregorio. Reveal clothing. Oh, sorry, 1 second. Lisha, if you had to pick 3 footballers to have an injury-free career in your lifetime to watch, who are you picking? Fowler, Ronaldo, as in proper Ronaldo, R9, Ronaldo, Fowler, and... Oh, Ronaldo, Fowler, and... Do you know what? Joel Matip. Because he got a bit of a reputation for being... Honestly, Joel Matip, there's players in the Premier League who have... I mean, look at Dean Hyson. Dean Hyson said, who's the centre-back who you base your career on, who's the one who you watch. Dean Hyson was asked in an interview that a couple of months ago, and he said, Joel Matip. Joel Matip, it gets forgotten about how fabulous he was. Nick Nack. Rob Jones, yes, Rob Jones as well was very good. Vegard Hegem. Vegard Hegem was another one who he had a great start to his Liverpool career, but just didn't quite... Again, injuries, sadly. Injuries. Ben, don't think the fall-off of Kepa is discussed enough. 71 million Chelsea paid in 2018. Don't think he's helped himself with the move to Arsenal, knowing he won't be first choice. Ben, loved that silver away kit we wore with Gerrard and Torres. Yeah, the one we won at 4-1 at Old Trafford in. Yeah, love that. Michael, what this tournament has proved is that with next year's World Cup, if they call suspend matches due to incoming storms pathway through, that will spoil the World Cup. It will, yeah. I mean, and Enzo Maresca was right, wasn't he? He said it was, whatever, was it like 20 something games, like a dozen games that's been suspended and halted during this tournament. So it's going to be really difficult if the World Cup's like that. 3-star Reds, disappointing watch if it's 0-0 at half-time. We are in with a chance depending on that first Madrid goal in the second half. The cash-out button may be getting clicked though. That's true. Listen, 0-0 at half-time, we're already up. I mean, it might be worth partial cash-out. Partial cash-out. Nick Nat, Kwanzaa will be Bayern's record signing in terms of the fee paid. Yes, he will, yeah. What a signing he is. Liverpool have obviously got the buyback clause of, I think it's 60 million quid. So we sold him for 40, we can get him back for 60, there or thereabouts. No, sorry, it's 40 million euros in it and 60 million euros. So it might be more like 30 and 50. But yeah. James Greer, is that player Celtic sign from Fulham any good? I've not even heard who they've signed. Chimey, does this happen in the Prem too? It's all good. I would assume so. I would assume so. Mark, what do you think of what Damasio said about Isak? I mean, we don't know what to make of Damasio. Obviously, Damasio's got a bit of a reputation for sometimes going early on things and not getting it right. But, you know, he's still a respected journo. He's apparently said that Newcastle have or been informed by Isak that he wants to leave. But we'll not get into all that again tonight. We'll not get into all that again tonight. Pedri Lover, evening mate. I tried telling some about Al Hilal. You did. I am Crew. Daniel Sturridge injury-free career would have been class. That's very true. Very true. What a player he was, Studge. Loved him. Jake Curtin, Adriano. 99 shot power on Pro Evo, Adriano. Ostermorg, loads of people always say Thiago Alcantara, yeah. Oh, Thiago Alcantara. He was wonderful, wasn't he? Loved watching him. Onye, pick 3 realistic players Man United could sign this summer. Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Dominic Calvert-Lewin. Ollie Watkins. I think you need a goalkeeper. Honestly, I think you need a goalkeeper. If I was you, I'd be going getting Dean Henderson back from Palace. Mark, for me, that injury question, R9, Neymar. He was dog. He was absolutely awful. Onye, I love Gini Wijnaldum, but he had to go to Saudi, to be honest. His legs were gone. I mean, he moved from Liverpool to PSG first, and then he went to Roma, didn't he, for a bit? And he was a bit rubbish at Roma. AM10, imagine Thiago in this slot team, especially in the McAllister role. Do you know what? I think I need to change my all-time Liverpool 11 because it might actually be Gerrard, Thiago, Coutinho in that midfield 3. Yeah, Gerrard and Thiago, I think it might be, you know. And I chose Mascherano, but Gerrard and Thiago. Oh, peak Thiago was different. For me, peak Thiago was better than Xabi Alonso at Liverpool. In fact, I'd say peak Thiago was better than Xabi Alonso, full stop. Having seen them both at their peak, I loved watching Xabi Alonso too, but we got Thiago far too late. He was a wonderful, wonderful player. Properly wonderful player. Pedri Lover, Monterrey Al Hilal final or Monterrey Palmeiras final. You are obsessed with a non-EU final, aren't you? AM10, 2 players I also hoped worked out at Liverpool was Ryan Brewster and Ryan Kent for some reason. I mean, there was Ryan Kent, there was Ryan Brewster, there was Ovi Ajaria, Shea Ojo, Jordan Ibe, of course. Jordan Ibe had massive issues with his mental health when he left the club, and he never quite recovered, really. Danzy, who have you got? I've got Real Madrid. 0-0 half-time, 1-0 full-time. Just had a feeling about it. Just a little feeling about it. Jake Curtin, I think Fabinho was underrated a little. Enjoyed the Fabinho-Fernandinho era. Yeah, Fabinho and Fernandinho, they competed in that Premier League. They were unbelievable. Knick-knack means more to the teams outside of Europe this tournament. Well, they're mid-season, aren't they? This is the other thing. They are mid-season, so they're mid-flow. They're all banging form. Whereas the Premier League teams and the teams from around Europe are either all knackered or they've gone away on holiday and then had to come back mid-holiday to play this, to go back on holiday again. So they're all knackered, aren't they, the European teams? Reveal clothing, what about Pato injury-free? Would have been amazing. I didn't like Pato. I didn't think he was. I always thought he was a little bit off, hit and miss. Slay Ratata, go. Yo, how's it going? I am Crew. Do you think next season we'll have a lot of major injuries like the ACLs in the Club World Cup teams? Hey, there's a possibility, isn't there? There's always a possibility with stuff like that. Jake, I watched Neil Mellor as a kid at a reserve game against Leeds. He was miles above everyone else that day. Was gutted when he got the bad injury. Yeah, I mean, Neil Mellor got a couple of big goals for Liverpool. The one against Olympiacos, of course. Jackson B. Smith, what do you think about Man City getting knocked out? Surprising, very surprising. We was all shocked when we woke up this morning to see that. Don't think it really reflects on Manchester City in the Premier League, though. And I don't think it means anything other than they've got a pretty bad keeper in the nets. I think Pep Guardiola, if he wants to win the Premier League, I'm not convinced that they can do it with Ederson in goal. I think Ederson in goal is going to be a real problem for him. He had 6 shots against him last night and he conceded 4. And I think he should have done better with at least 2 of them, to be honest. Thibaut Slice, Essien. Michael Essien was wonderful. Yeah, he could run for days, couldn't he? Top player. I am crude. Neil Mellor's most iconic moment was heading it down for Stevie against Olympiacos. That's true. Well, he also scored, didn't he, in that game? You know, he scored the goal to make it 2-1 to Liverpool. Yeah, Cinema Pong goal obviously equalised, and then Mellor made it 2-1, and we needed to win by 2 clear goals. 3-star Reds, do you now reckon Liverpool have changed their mind on signing the best Brazilian centre-back of all time? I know Jake's lot can't afford him though, not without selling Isak first. I'd love Liverpool to go and get Murillo. But yeah, I think you'd be too expensive. So I think it would need him to probably do what Isak is going to do. I think Liverpool probably look at Murillo next summer maybe. I think that deal just probably can't be done. There's not really an appetite for him to move on yet. It doesn't feel like he's wanting to push Forest. So yeah, I don't think Liverpool get Murillo, but I'd like him. He's a good player, certainly a good player. I am Kroot. I think deep down, Pep is probably happy they've been knocked out. Means he can focus on the league. Graham, hiya mate. Good to see you, Graham. Good to see you. I am Kroot. Rivaldo scored for Olympiacos, didn't he? Yes, he did. Yeah, free kick. Free kick from the edge of the area. Completely wrong-footed. Our goalkeeper on the night, which was... I think it was Chris Kirkland, wasn't it? Was it Chris Kirkland who was in goal for that game? I'm sure it was. Steve Keane, evening Key. Hope you're all well. Good to see you, Steve. Hope you're having a nice night, mate. Total Football Podcast. Yes, Key. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Okay, right. So, I wonder what the... let's have a look and see what the old cash out option is here now. Oh, it's only 15. It's only 15. Put 10 on, 15 quid back right now for half time, 0-0. Half time 0-0. Real Madrid 1-0 full time. I am Kroot. For some reason, I thought we had Scott Carson in goal. But it might have been Kirkland. No, I think Carson only really got the... he was in the goal for the Juventus game, if you remember, Carson. Because Dudek was... Dudek was injured. Dudek was injured, I think. And Kirkland was suspended, or Kirkland was injured and Dudek was suspended. It was one of them. Good effort there from Valverde from distance. Total Football Podcast just had a banging live. Nice. What would you consider a banging live? What's the criteria? Steve Keane, cheers. Have you had a haircut? I have had a haircut, yes. And I got recognised in the barbers. I'm going to keep telling people that because honestly, it pecked my head. I can't believe it. It's the first time anyone's ever said, whoa, Premier League dad. But yeah, it was cool. Nick Nack, can't be cashing out now. Hang in there. Yeah, mate, I'm sticking with it. Sticking with it. Cowards cash out. Real clothing. Can we all agree the Club World Cup's been a massive flop? It has, yeah. It's been a commercial disaster as well as it doesn't pass the eye test, does it? Doesn't pass the eye test. Everyone who's watched this tournament, I think, has felt a little bit disappointed with it. Even in the games where it's been a bit mad, like last night, City and Al Hilal, I didn't think it was that good, you know. I don't think that's City and I've watched the highlights and stuff back. It's a pretty poor game. Pretty poor game. AM10, have you seen all the Diaz to Bayern links? Apparently it's going to happen. Well, Diaz to Bayern, Diaz to Barcelona, Diaz to Saudi, all of those are intensifying. And the reason they are in part intensifying is because of Diaz's agent. Diaz's agent is literally trying to push his client onto clubs, and he's trying to encourage it, those clubs to come out and and put a bid in of 70, 80 million. Liverpool, I think, for their part, have said to Luis Diaz, look, we want to keep you, but you're on £50,000 a week here, which is nothing. He's on peanuts and he's got 2 years left on his contract. He's being offered like £300,000 a week in other parts of the world. So he can go on 5-6 times his salary in other parts of the world. So Luis Diaz's agent's looking at it and going, all right, well, if we can go and move him on, Liverpool, what fee do we need to get? What fee do we need to get in order to have a conversation? And now his agent is going round, touting him out to clubs and saying, you know, can you get near this? Can you get near this? And that's what's happening. So I don't think Luis Diaz necessarily wants to leave. I think he's quite happy if he stays at Liverpool. But if a move could happen, then I think he'd be up for it because he'd be financially miles better off as well, wouldn't he? Timbo, who's the best ever player-manager by combining both their playing and management careers? You'd have to say Zidane, wouldn't you? Yeah, you'd have to say Zidane. Maybe Cruyff? No, I think Zidane. Ancelotti was a bloody good player, you know. Many people forget how good Ancelotti was. But yeah, Zidane or... Maybe I would say maybe Ancelotti, actually. Zidane or Ancelotti. One of those two. Lucas Lambert, hi bro, who are we watching today? We're watching Real Madrid against Juventus, Lucas. And it's very, very nearly half-time here. I am Kroot. How bad do you think Trent's reception at Anfield next season would be if he comes back with Madrid? I think he gets booed on every touch. Yeah, I think he gets booed on every touch. And I think he does come back to Anfield next season because there's always... Liverpool and... Real Madrid play each other like once every 18 months in the Champions League. Right, it's half-time. It is half-time. There you go. Knick-knack, player managers are a rare thing these days. They are, yeah, player manager. I mean, to be fair, he was talking about, you know, players who've gone on to become managers. Who was the best player who then went on to become a great manager? If you had to combine all their honours as a player, as a manager, you know, who was the best? And I think Zidane and Ancelotti are the two I immediately thought of. Ruud Gullit was a player manager. Yep, Glenn Hoddle was. Kenny Dalglish, of course, was a player manager. Tolgadi, yes, you called it. 0-0, half-time. Love it. Love it. And we'll see. We'll see. The big test. The big test is... Real 2? You said 1. There you go, look at that. Steve Watts for being on the wanted list. I am Kroot. Who's your hear me out signing for Liverpool that no one else would say but you would sign off on? My hear me out signing. It's a very good question. Nobody else would have thought of. Lucas Bergvall. Lucas Bergvall. Yeah. Nobody seems to have mentioned Lucas Bergvall yet, but I think if Liverpool, like I would go big for Lucas Bergvall now. Like I'd go 70, 80 million for Lucas Bergvall, same as we would for Adam Wharton. So I would go Lucas Bergvall. AM10, what's your all-time Prem 11? No, we've done that plenty of times on this channel. I would say Alisson in goal, left back Ashley Cole, Terry and Van Dijk in the middle, right back Trent, midfield 3, Gerrard, Vieira, Modric. Gerrard, Vieira, Coutinho. Gerrard, Vieira. See, Modric wasn't great in the Prem, so I'd go Gerrard, Vieira, Coutinho, and then I would go front three of Henry, Suarez, Salah. Yeah, Henry, Suarez, Salah. Reveal clothing. Does Jude Bellingham walk into every team in England? No, no way. Jay Trantavilla. Rooney was a player manager, but not such a great manager. That's true. Yeah. Hang on a minute. Whoa. Bogdan, good to see you, mate. How's it going? Sweet Lord. I would cover both bases, Nick Nack, but I'm just trying to get a clear answer. Google's helping me at the minute. I've got to try and make a decision. Oh my God. He's defo doing this on purpose now, isn't he? He's defo doing this on purpose now. 2 or 1? 2 or 1? Which is it? 2 or 1? Can only be 1. Come on, Mr. Data. Stick with 1-0. It's going to have to be now, innit? Can always cash out, I guess. Can always cash it. It's got to go 1-0 to go 2, hasn't it? So we can always just try that out. We'll see what happens. Hopefully it only goes 1-0 late on. And then we'll cash it at 1-0. Just in case we've got a mistranslation. Bobby LFC, good to see you, man. How's it going? Christopher Dinney, I can't wait to watch Hibs versus Rot-Weiss Essen. Nice. Bogdan, Real's gonna win. Nick Nack, see what you mean about Ederson. Have you just been watching the highlights? Yeah, 6 shots, 4 of them. 6 shots, 4 of them went in. I am Crute, that's a good shout to be fair. Maybe not that fee, but 50 to 60 million I'd offer. Darian, what would you rate the Sané transfer to Gala? I mean, the Turkish league is not fantastic, but Leroy Sané is a pretty poor player, if I'm really honest. I don't think he's anywhere near as good now. AM10, I think KDB has to be in an all-time Prem 11. The problem is, mate, I think you've got to have it as you've got to have a balance. You've got to have a balance in that midfield 3. So maybe KDB then over Coutinho. Maybe KDB over Coutinho, or maybe I would change that on reflection. But yeah, the problem with KDB is I just don't think you can. It's where you put him. Yeah, it's where you put him. So maybe KDB, Gerrard, and Vieira would be my midfield 3. Lisha, not a single United player. You might be smoking Zaza, mate. No, that's not. No, but honestly, because Man United always had fantastic teams. That's a reflection of Manchester United. They always had fantastic teams, not really too many fantastic individuals, you know? If you look at how many fantastic individuals Man United had, it's probably only the likes of Ronaldo, Cantona, Rooney, you know. They were probably the best that Man United had. Beyond that, who else would you put in? Who else would you put in? You look at, Ruud van Nistelrooy was fantastic. He's not as good as Henry or Suarez. Yeah, I don't know who else you'd even try and put in from a Man United point of view. Timbo Slice, have you managed to put 7? Oh, we've done that one, sorry. Lou, dead game. I am Crute. I'd go De Bruyne, Gerrard, Roy Keane in all-time Prem midfield. I think Vieira had more to his game than Roy Keane. Keane was very good, but yeah, he was somewhat limited physically, I would say. Reese, Edwin has a shout. Yeah, I mean, Edwin van der Sar is fantastic. I just don't ever think he was the best keeper in the world. Nick Nack, even one of the saves, he just palmed straight back out. I know. Oh, Tolgadi! You told me one! You told me one goal in the second half. Alright, well, I might have to cash that then. Although maybe we'll wait. We'll wait. We'll wait. We'll wait. I'll leave it. Nick Nack, RVP, Rooney, Giggs, Keane, Scholes, all worthy. No, Giggs doesn't get anywhere near, mate. Giggs was only in it, I think, for longevity. Giggs played a very, very long time in the Premier League, but I don't think he ever gets in an all-time. Scholes as well. Scholes doesn't get in over Gerrard or Lampard. Keane, I don't think he gets in over Vieira. Rooney doesn't get in over Suarez, Henry, Kane. And the same for RVP, to be honest. Reese, I'd put Gazzola, Fabregas and Benayoun in. Lisha, Cantona and Beckham. I mean, Cantona was very good, but again, he wasn't as good as Suarez. And Beckham, good, but not as good as Salah. 3-star Reds, one last-minute Madrid goal. That's all it takes. Hold fast to the first Madrid goal. That's it. Yeah, I was gonna say. I think first Madrid goal, we cash. Nick, Nat, you're biased though. What about Best? I mean, Best. Yeah, this is the thing. How many people really remember George Best? Not Georgie Best was a phenomenal player, but nobody's really seen him in colour for the most part. This year, Ronaldo was a Scholes, Giggs, Patrice Evra, and Neville was Miles. Neville was not better than Trent. Patrice Evra was not better than Robertson. No chance. Solgadi Yorkie, I'm a math addict. Lisha, Dennis Law. I mean, Dennis Law, very good player. But Dennis Irwin, I would have had, you know. Alfie, how do you feel at Chelsea signing Pedro? It's a bit meh, I guess. I don't think that takes Chelsea from here to the title or anything like that. I think it's another in a long line of Chelsea signings from Brighton. So I'm not massively like bowled over by it. I'm not wowed by it. Reese, if Arsenal get Eze, that's a good sign. It's a very good signing, yeah. If Arsenal get Eze, it's a phenomenal signing, Reese. Totally agree. AM10 honourable mention for Prem 11, I think should be Yaya. Honourable mention, but probably only had one good season. And it was a phenomenal season, but it was probably only one good season. Albie, who do you support? Liverpool, mate. I'm a Liverpool fan. Yildiz cooking Vardrid defence. Lisha, Carrick is amongst the best midfielders in the Prem ever. I could name you 20 better midfielders than Carrick. And Carrick was good, but I could name you 20 better. Tolga Dioki, I'm a chess fanatic. Chess. Wow. Got a young Magnus Carlsen. Let me just whack that into 1 second. Adama, how's you, brother? Ears Lord fella, is the rat playing? Yes, he is playing. Yeah, he is. The rat is playing. He is playing. He is. He's not really had much of a chance, to be honest. Knick-knack, it was a different era back then for fullbacks. That's true. 3-star Reds, Premier Inn or the Hilton. Best Chelsea signing ever. They love their hotels, don't they? No, you can't. Gerrard isn't a better midfielder. Gerrard isn't a better midfielder than Michael Carrick. Gerrard isn't a better midfielder than Michael Carrick. Knick-knack, RM will be wishing they signed Frimpong instead in a few months' time. To be honest, we don't know what to expect with Frimpong. Monster on the Whale Railway, have you seen that Kudus is going to Spurs from West Ham, 60 million? It's not going to be 60, is it? Surely it's going to be more than 60. Surely it'll be more than 60. Carrick was definitely a better holding midfielder than Gerrard. Oh, lads. Lads. Carrick was not better at anything than Steven Gerrard. Carrick was, honestly, Sir Alex Ferguson would have walked from Old Trafford to Anfield to pick Gerrard up and chucked Carrick out somewhere else. Gerrard was better than Carrick at everything. Everything. Absolutely everything. And Carrick was a good player. He was a good player. Carrick should have played with Gerrard for England. There's absolutely no way you are arguing that Carrick was better than Gerrard at anything. Anything. That is mad. Adama, Gerrard carried Liverpool. One daft mistake. He's the best behind Kenny and Rushy for me. 3-star Reds, if Gerrard had studs attached to his Harris when they played Chelsea, he would have been best midfielder, as Liverpool would have won the league that year. The mad thing is with that slip, he was already, past it. That was Gerrard in his, late 30s. I'm sure he was, 34 at that point. Gerrard was a very, very good midfielder throughout his career, but he was getting on when he had the slip. He'd already redefined himself from being this, all-action midfielder. It developed into a number 10 playing behind Torres, and then he regressed a little bit because he lost, a yard of pace, and he ended up being this, set-piece expert who scored loads of free kicks and created loads of chances and a deep-lying playmaker. He played every position, and he played every position better than Carrick. Adama was at the end, mate. You're right. Yeah. 3-star Reds. Best Liverpool team, I reckon, was the Comeback Kings in the final Champions League final. No, that wasn't the best Liverpool team. The comeback in the Champions League final, that was dreadful. It was absolutely dreadful. Carrick as a technical register. A technical register. Listen to yourself. A technical register. What are people these days? What are these idiots watching football? A technical register. Told Gary Yorkie, important thing in betting is double chance, single match side bet. Yeah, absolutely. No, totally agree. Nick Nack hasn't looked like scoring so far. Gerrard was only seen good because he had absolutely numpties around him, so he looked good. Well, surely you could argue the exact same with Carrick then, couldn't you? This year, Sir Alex Ferguson would never have signed a Scouser, mate. What about Rooney? Right, we're off for the second half here now. Off and underway for the second half. Are we going to get a Real Madrid win? Octay, what do you think about Tammy Abraham to Besiktas? I mean, he's not quite been the player that he once was, has he, Tammy Abraham? He's been injured quite a bit. And yeah, maybe he can get his career back on track in Turkey. Albie, what are your top 5 Premier League predictions? I think it's going to be Liverpool, then it's City, then it's Arsenal, then it'll be Chelsea, and then it'll be... I can't make my mind up between Spurs, Villa, or Newcastle. I think it's going to be Spurs at this moment in time. Yeah, I think Spurs get 5th. Nick Nack, important thing is betting to get it right more often than get it right. Well, and not being greedy as well is the absolute main thing. Chimey, I'm nervous. You and me both, mate. You and me both. Let's see. I kind of want to be wrong. Because if what is being claimed is right... Oh, very nearly 1-0 Madrid there from Valverde. If what is being claimed is right, then I'll be honest. I think I'd completely fall out of love with this game. If it literally is numbers on a spreadsheet. Can you imagine that, by the way? Can you imagine if it literally is numbers on a spreadsheet, and you can predict within, you know, an accuracy of, you know, a very small margin of error, let's say. Let's say you're not 100% right every time, but let's say you can reasonably predict within an accuracy level of, you know, very, very good. That would absolutely end me. Like, that would properly end me. Like, I watched this game all my life. I've invested everything in it from an emotional point of view. In it being this game that anything can happen and anyone can beat anyone on any given day. It depends how you turn up and how hard you work and all that. And actually, it's not. If it is indeed as our Turkish friend claims, then it's actually maybe a real shock. Gerrard was at the top of the tree for me. Vision, creativity, tenacity. The man was just immense. Defo, all-time Premier League midfielder for me, says Adama. Totally agree, mate. Totally agree. Nick Nack, impossible. All you can do is beat the odds more often than not. That's it. Yeah, listen, absolutely. You never see a bookie cycling to work. That was my dad's friend once told me that. You never see a bookie. That's the only time you should be putting money on, is when you see a bookie cycling to work. Courtois just smashed his own player there. Timbo Slice, Spurs will either finish 5th or 11th. Yeah. Reese, Arsenal signing Eze is a separate option from a winger and a striker, which we like to see. Do you think there is a world where Arsenal sign Eze, maybe Sesko and Rodrigo? Because that seems to be the rumour doing the rounds in the last couple of days, isn't it? That'd be weird, wouldn't it? Juve are in here, chance. Oh my God, how have they missed that? Juve should be 1-0 up. Juve really should be 1-0 up. That is chaos. Thankfully, there was an offside given, but I tell you what, Juve definitely should be 1-0 up here. Defo. Timbo Slice, Eze allows them to bench Odegaard when he's like he was last year. That's true. Odegaard was shocking, wasn't he, last year? Real Madrid coming forward here. Vinny. Oh, it's come out all the way to the side. Trent skies it. Trent smashes it miles over. Knick-knack. Arsenal seem to have quite a few irons in the fire. Well, they're going to have to get a wriggle on. They're going to have to get a wriggle on because, you know, we're in July now and they're starting pre-season soon. Now, most teams would prefer to have these players mostly wrapped up by now, but Arsenal have kind of left it very, very late. There's only Zubimendi. Lisha Carrick's superior vision and precise control exposed Gerrard's inconsistent flashy style. I can only assume it's a very poor attempt at winding up. And if you do seriously believe that, Lisha, you know I really enjoy you participating in these lives, mate, but you seriously need your head examining. If you think that Carrick was in any way, shape or form ever better than anything that Gerrard did or could do. Gerrard on an off day was better than Carrick. Jamal Carrick was a deep lying technico. Behave yourself. Reece kept a golden glove next season. Ball whipped into the far side for Juventus off the corner. Cleared away by Madrid. Madrid now on the counter-attack. Here's Vinny. They've got a chance here. They've got a big chance. Vinny breaking into the box. Shot. Nice, cleared away. 3-star Reds, not sure on spreadsheets many years ago. Put a couple of quid on Bradford to beat Villa 3-1 in the League Cup semi-final. And how many Leicester struck lucky by taking the 5,000 to 1 odds to win the Premier League? I mean, I think there's a fair few. I don't know how many do this, by the way, but there are a fair few fans in the Premier League who will put a tenner on the team to win the league. Just for the sheer what if, Now that Leicester have done it, the magic of that. I think there's a lot of teams. I'm sure Brentford fans put a tenner on their team to win the league at the start of the season. Even Everton fans, if you can believe such a thing. Real Madrid chance, good save by Di Gregorio. Real Madrid coming into this game a little bit more now. Carrick and yes, honestly, yeah. Imagine Carrick having to play in front of a defence of Jimmy Traore and oh, what a save from Di Gregorio! Another fantastic save. Yeah, having to play in a midfield with Jimmy Traore and players like Hosami at right back. Jersey Dudek in goal, not Edwin van der Sar in goal, and Everton Neville. It's absolutely mad. The absolute ridiculous statements. Lewis Phillips, evening mate. What's the game been like? It's been pretty naff, to be honest, mate. It's 0-0. Real Madrid 0, Juve 0. And yeah, it's not been particularly good. It's been pretty dull. 3-star Reds, Madrid getting close. They are. Yeah, they do feel like Madrid are coming into it now. Trent stands it up, chance, and it's 1-0. It's 1-0. There you go. It's our mate up front. It's the young man who's had an absolutely sterling career for Real Madrid B. Has stepped up into the first team and he's done it. He's stuck it in the net. 1-0. 1-0 to Real Madrid. I need to get the old scoreboard up. 1-0, there you go. There's the goal. There's the one. Gotta say that's time, maybe. Maybe that's time. It's Trent Alexander-Arnold who's got the assist for Gonzalo Garcia. 3 goals in 4 appearances at the FIFA Club World Cup for him. And the young man with a great header. It's a fabulous header. I just wonder, is he onside, maybe? Does he get onside? Oh, do you know? Oh, he's onside. He's fine. Yeah, he's fine. He's on. There's no problem there. Oh. Now then. That's it, cashing out. Tolgadi, you said 1-0. You said 1-0. I mean, I might just cash there at 2, do you think? Just take that. Right, there you go. I've cashed out and I've put another on for Madrid to win 2-0. But Adama, is it a Trent assist? Yes, it is a Trent assist. It's not giving me cash. Oh, mate, it's done me. It's done me. I've done it. I put a tenner on. I got 25 back. Right now. Tenner on, put 25. Got 25. And I've just put, I've kept a tenner and put a fiver on 2-0, and I got odds of 6-1 for that. Carrick isn't even in top 10 CDMs of all time in the league, but United think he's the best CDM to ever live. Cash out. Lisha, is that you cashing out then, Key? Still loads of time for this bet to go wrong for you. No, I've done it. Yeah, I've cashed it, mate. I've cashed it. Bogdan 2-0 is going to come fast. Well, we shall see. We shall see. Again, a big reminder, just while we're waiting on, there's a slight injury break here now. I do just want to give a big reminder to everyone that's watching on TikTok. If you haven't yet, you can do me a big favour. Get over to YouTube, search Premier League Dad, get over to YouTube, give us a like and subscribe. We are live every single day. Every single day we do watch-alongs from leagues all around the world. If there is a game on, chances are that I am live. My name's Key. I watch football from all around the world, whether it's the Bundesliga, the Premier League, the Football League, Serie A, or even the Latvian League. We've watched the Latvian League and the Finnish League and the Icelandic League in the last few days. We always do games of football. We're going to be doing the Women's Euros coming up in the next few weeks. We've also got the Champions League qualifiers, the Europa League qualifiers, the Conference League qualifiers. All of them are coming up as well. And we've also got the rest of this FIFA Club World Cup. The final is on the 13th of July. So I'll be watching them all. And yeah, come and join me. Come and stick with us. Oh, cheers, Matty. Thank you. Apologies. It is. There you go. Right, we're all queued up again. Lovely. Three-star Reds not giving me cash out, telling me bet has lost. What did you bet? Finners Matty, timer has stopped. Oh, I've got it sorted now, sorry. Reese, give him a subscribe. He might be a Liverpool fan, but he's a very decent YouTuber. Lloyd Kelly's gone off. Oh, no. How are Juventus going to cope? Gonzalez comes on. Chimey, still no cash out option. Mate, I don't know what you've done. What have you backed? What have you backed? Yeah, and if, by the way, even if you're not going to follow me on YouTube, make sure you've clicked up here on TikTok. If your preference is TikTok, at least give me a little follow, a little cheeky follow on TikTok as well. I'm very close to 3,000 subs. I only started the channel 6 months ago, so I'm still growing. Reese, Lloyd Kelly does not play for Juve. Oh, you bet he does. Adama, in it Key, F off Juve, I'm a cop right now. Yes. Oh, I love that. One word with Arne Slot and he said ciao. Fuck off Juve, I'm a cop right now. Nick Narkow was Lloyd Kelly, ended up at Juventus. Honestly, just because I think he was... I actually think there's a bit of a thing at the moment for English, young and English, across Europe. Since Jude Bellingham, it feels like Bellingham has obscured or skewed the market a little bit. 3-star Reds told me cash out value was too low to cash out, then said cash out unavailable, then bet has lost. I bet 1-0 correct score and another 2-0 correct score and another draw Madrid. See, right, there you go. So I did half-time draw Real Madrid full-time, and I did score 1-0 Real Madrid, and a tenner returned 120 quid. I cashed out for 25 when Real Madrid scored. And then I've just put that back on. I've just put a bit of it back on for 2-0 Real Madrid now. 3-star Reds. Oh, we've done that one, sorry. Adama. Go ahead, Key. Love it, lads. Chimey. Yes, that's what I did too. Yeah, I mean, look. Hopefully it is. Hopefully it does finish 2-0. Lewis says in the Bournemouth lad. Yeah, that's the guy. That's the one. Nick Nack, I think there's a view that anyone with Premier League experience has a certain cachet now. That's very true. Very, very true. And to be honest, there is an element to that. I mean, if you look at how well the likes of Billy Gilmore and McTominay are doing going over to Serie A, as well as Che Adams, for God's sake. Che Adams was crap in the Premier League. He's gone to Serie A. He's not been fantastic, but he has at least, you know, he scored quite a few for Torino, done all right. Ollie McBurney, various others have gone over to Spain and done okay after being in the Premier League. So it feels like the Premier League is a good hunting ground for a lot of these teams. There is an easy adaptability maybe of English and British players. So I just wonder whether it's that. Maybe English players are more likely to adapt to different systems because we're not brought up, are we? In our grassroots game, you play 4-4-2, you play direct, you can play passing it around, knocking it around on the deck, but you can also play that physical stuff as well. Whereas in Spain, and certainly, I mean, maybe less so in France. In France, it's a little bit more about physicality, but Spain, certainly, it's a lot more ball on the deck, one-touch passes, rondos, triangles, you know, that sort of stuff. In England, it's less about that. It's less about that. It's more about mentality. It's about, up and at 'em sort of thing. Get in early, get stuck in, all that. Nick Nack, lots of academy graduates getting signed up to that, yeah. Another great point. Chimey, 2-0 as a high payout, I'll just tough it out. See how you go, mate. Yeah, see how you go. I'm really hoping he's wrong, to be honest. Stan, Rashford wants to go to Europe now, apparently, as well. I don't blame him. I don't think there's really an option for him in the Premier League anymore. Pablo, how do you feel about Bristol Rovers signings? Bristol Rovers, haven't you signed? You've just signed Alfie Kilgore, haven't you? The young lad from well, he's not young anymore, is he? But I used to watch Mansfield Town quite a bit. I used to back in a long, long time ago, I used to be a sports correspondent for Mansfield Town. Very briefly, albeit, but I used to... It's a long story. Not for Mansfield Town, but for a local sort of radio thing. By the by, Mansfield, yes. So I've followed him ever since. Alfie Kilgore, decent move to Bristol. And you've also signed Josh McEachran as well. Josh McEachran, obviously ex-Chelsea, feels like he's maybe still got a bit in him. He's done all right at Oxford over the years. I mean, I don't know how old he is now. He must be getting on, Josh McEachran. How many years ago was Josh McEachran coming through and everyone thought he was like the next big thing at Chelsea? That was maybe 10 years plus ago, wasn't it? So he's got to be mid-30s now. Is he like 34, 35? Let's have a look. How old is Josh McEachran? I'd have thought he'd be about 35 now. 32. And he started playing for Chelsea in 2010. So yeah, 15 years ago. Bloody hell. Crikey. Well, hey, there you go. Right, change for Real Madrid. Here's Mbappe coming on. Kylian. Timbo Slice. McEachran's probably the most hyped youngster Chelsea ever had. Billy Gilmore wasn't far behind that as well, was he? Adama, Ollie McBurney, not bad. Good in the air and the box. Bit of a handful. Decent centre forward. Togadi, I'm going to take a smoke break. I'll be back in a minute. I'll text you a mobile number, then I'll call the match you want from WhatsApp. Okay. Real Madrid shot. Oh, cleared away by Juve. James, what age are you? What you know, you must be as old as me, and I'm 81. You're 81, James? What age am I? I'm 35, mate. I'm 35, yeah. But all I've watched is football all my life. Other people have focused on other things, and you know, rugby and Formula One and cricket and golf and whatever. I've literally not watched anything other than football. And I can throw out names going back to the 90s and stuff like that. Like I'm obsessed with football. I am absolutely a football nerd. Stan, the only league I do not like, to be honest, is Serie A. Boring football and a lot of defending. I think you'd be surprised, you know. Serie A has been really, really good this year. Serie A has been fantastic. I've really enjoyed Serie A. Again, I'm just going to put this up on screen if for people who didn't see it earlier. Please do go and check these guys out. I can't promote on TikTok, so on YouTube I have to do this midstream. Oh, shot from distance. And there you go. Timbo, if you were a footballer, realistically, what weekly wage gets you to sign for Man United? Oh, do you know what? I would probably... I think I would sign for Man United, but I'd have to be in a position whereby Liverpool didn't want me and nobody else really wanted me. And if it was that case, then I would sign for United. And even then, I'd feel a little bit dirty. Do you know what? No, I can't. Do you know what? Because I've always been someone that tries me best, tries me hardest. Like, I think here's a question for everyone who's on the chat now. This is a really good question. If you were a football player, what player would you mostly be like? What player would you liken yourself to? How when you have played football, how did you play? What style of football did you play? See, I always thought I was more of a dirt cout. That's what I kind of likened myself to. I'll always be the hardest working player on the pitch. Even if I'm not the best, I'll always be the hardest working. And I had quality, don't get me wrong. I could do stuff, but I was never I was never tall enough. I was never physical enough. I was maybe only 5'6", 5'7" when I was like 12, 13, 14. So I wasn't big, I wasn't tall. A lot of the other lads in my year they were getting on for 6 foot plus. So when you're that small, you'd have to be quick, you'd have to be robust, don't you? Because you get kicked all over the place. And you have to work hard as well. So I was one of them. I'd never give up. I'd always bounce back up. So I'd always try and be a bit more dirt cout. And I don't think I could have played for Man United and worked my socks off for them. So I would have probably not signed for United. Yeah. Timbo Slice, I'd be like Ali Dia, useless. Oh yeah, I mean, if we're just talking quality, Christ, I'm probably up there with Ali Dia, Titus Bramble. Chimey says Neymar, Bogdan. Oh, what a save, Di Gregorio! What a save that is! Who was that who hit that from the edge of the box? Sweet Lord, that was unbelievable. That was incredible. Chimey, a striker who can assist. Nice. See, I reckon I was probably more of a, I say dirt cout, but in terms of position, I was probably more of like an Ian Hart. Like a left, or a Leighton Baines, like a left back who could, I played left back. Played left back, but I could play centre mid. It was kind of like an early Trent. But I would say I was left back, but I could take a free kick. Yeah. Nick Nat, good question. I like to think I played like Ibrahimovic, but in reality I was more like Carlton Palmer. Nice. James Greer, me, left back when the team were away. Nice one, James. Nick Nat, both keepers have had a decent game so far. I mean, Di Gregorio has really impressed me. I didn't know he had this in his locker. It was a fantastic performance from Di Gregorio. Yeah, really enjoying the goalkeeping performance so far. Nick Nack, Daddy went gung-ho is what they used to say about me. That's an odd shout. Thank you for the follow. Really appreciate the follow and the subscribe, whether it be on TikTok or on YouTube. A massive thank you to the people who have already gone over to YouTube and liked and subscribed. I really do appreciate it. Adama, Luke Garbett. Yeah. Like a young... Oh, God, I'm trying to think of other really bad left-backs. Give me some good left-backs from the Premier League era. Not even good left-backs. Stephen Warnock. Oh, no, he's a whinging bugger, isn't he? I hate Stephen Warnock. Nick Nack, I have quite long legs. I would imagine so, mate, if you're being compared to Carlton Palmer. See, if we're talking physique, I reckon I've got Jan Molby nailed. I reckon I was a bit of a Jan Molby. On the Road FC, game are we watching, Key? We're watching Real Madrid 1, Juventus 0. 75 minutes in, mate, so that's what we're watching. Ahmed, that tastes like promotion. Ethan, sorry it ain't footy related. I've not seen you comment, Ethan. Have you said something? Have you said something, Ethan? That's the first comment I've seen from you. I don't know if there's things being filtered in the chat. I hope not. I don't think there is. Tell you what, lots of the top fans in the chat. Oh, the leaderboard, the top fans leaderboard. I didn't know that had been set up. There you go. We've got a top fans leaderboard now on YouTube. So who's going to be the top fan? Adama, Paul Konchesky. Oh my God. Chimey, I never got to be captain. My biggest failure. So yeah, I was always, I don't know. Yeah, I was never captain really. I was never captain. You know what, when you're at school, you just aspire to not be last picked, don't you? That was always the thing. I mean, I was never first picked, but I was never last picked really ever, either. Unless I was in a very, very good group. It's happened a couple of times, but never usually. And that's all you were really ever striving for at school, wasn't it? It's just never to be last picked. Never ever wanting to be last picked. Damn a shite, I'll be. That was a fabulous save. That's such a late reaction. Did really, really well there. Who was it again? Ardagula with the shot. Ardagula with the shot, just wide of. Sorry, it was straight at Gregorio, and he just reacted in time to push it up and over. Very, very good. Dharma last picked. Yeah, no, definitely not us. Definitely not us. Can we... Let me just see if I can do something here. I want to see if I can... Can I... Well, no, it's not that. I'm trying to see if I can... No. How do you use... How do you use Fleurs? Goodie bag, live gift. It's not that. There's Fleurs. We need to use... No, we'll just leave it for now. We'll leave it. People keep sending me Fleurs to use on TikTok. I don't really know what they are. Adama, Shite Boots got stick for that back in the day. Cruel school kids. Kids in general, mate. Honestly, they're vile. That's why TikTok gets me loads of abuse. It's all young'uns on it calling me all sorts, asking me to grab the camera for a Lamar something edit. Whatever that means. All these expressions I feel too old to understand. Modric coming on here just before his big move to AC Milan. Yeah, how do you actually... There's got to be a way to use Fleurs, isn't there? There's got to be a way. Nick Nack, all part of growing up. You said it, mate, yeah. Jamie, I was last on the bench from grade 8 to 10. From 11, I was first choice striker. Character building, they call it, don't they? Yeah. Character building. Or as my one of my former colleagues used to say, bullying works. Which I can't say I agreed with, but I kind of get the sentiments. Try and look at what he was trying to say there. But yeah, character building, as you say. Character building. You need a bit of that in school, don't you? Thank you for the follow, Lucasade. Cheers for that. It's a 2 AM Lucasade. Like that. Not sure I'd have a 2 AM Lucasade. This is going to have to be one of them where it's Real Madrid on the counter-attack, innit? I wonder what odds I'm being offered now, given it's 1-0 and we're approaching the last 10. It's kind of the same as what I put it on at. Tell you, Real Madrid nicking a goal, there's some scenes in here. I honestly really don't want it to finish 2-0. I really, really don't want it to finish 2-0. If it finishes 2-0, it will. A little part of me, I feel like it'll die. But I've got a horrible feeling that it is actually going to, innit? Well, yeah, the software issue has totally been fixed now. I'm made up with that. Feels like we're actually getting the right sort of stream quality now. So I am just no longer using Streamlabs. Everything on YouTube feels like it's working a little bit better now. So yeah, I'm not going to be using Streamlabs going forward. What's the issue with TikTok? Why has nobody commented on TikTok for like 10 minutes now? Is there an issue? If anyone is actually watching on TikTok, can you type a message to me? Just to confirm that it is actually still working. Nick Knack, wish I'd joined the 0-0 halftime, 1-0 full-time party now. Mate, so did I, but the annoying thing is he told me it was going to be 2-0. He told me it was going to be 2-0. I cashed out. Like a fool. Like an absolute fool, I cashed out. At 1-0. I was kind of hoping it'd go late. Come on, Real. Come on, get a second. Oh, cleared away. Very nearly there. Very, very nearly. What else was I going to say, by the way, at half-time? Oh, shot. Oh, good save from Di Gregorio. Shot from distance from Tchouaméni there. And it was a low-down shot. Really, really good save from the keeper yet again. He's got to be man of the match in this one, hasn't he? He has to be man of the match, Di Gregorio. He's pulled off now about 6 or 7 absolute world-class saves. Yeah, I've got to be honest, I wasn't familiar with his game. Di Gregorio. Edward, hey Key, Love Island on in the house and curry on my knee. Happy days. Oh my god. Love Island, Edward. How's your doggy? How's he doing? And also, more to the point, why are you on TikTok? Here's Trent. How long have we got left? 10 minutes left. 10 minutes to go here. Edward, not great, mate. Got a check-up tomorrow. I'm sorry to hear that, mate. Hopefully it's all good. Hopefully it's all good. I'm really sending positive vibes and love and all that to you, mate. Hope it's all good. Edward, what about City yesterday? I know, yeah. I know, we've been talking about it. City, very surprising, I've got to say. Very surprising. Right, it's going to be a corner kick here. I don't think it was a corner, by the way. Chimey, to be fair, in recent streams, we've been talking a lot about match fixing. I guess now we know. Well, I mean, I don't know if I've yet decided. And we don't know that it is match fixing. This is the thing. He's saying he's studying data. He's saying he's studying data. Not necessarily that it's a fix, just that it's data. I don't necessarily know what the data looks like and all that. But, you know, it's more that for me. It's more that if it is literally numbers on a spreadsheet and it's that predictable, it kind of ruins the romance, doesn't it? It kind of ruins it. And yeah, it is spoiling it for me a little bit if indeed what is alleged to happen happens here. And we saw a little bit of that yesterday. Yeah, I will be massively concerned that is the case. So I guess we'll see. Thank you very much for the follow, Miguel. Thanks very much, Million. Appreciated that, mate. Thank you so much. Thank you for those who have gone to YouTube and subscribed. Again, massive thank you. And a massive thank you to all those in the chat, the top fans in the chat. Nick Knack, Chimey, Tolgadi, Kieran, Michael Brown, Bogdan, Adama, Razine, Daz, Carl Berry, Ethan, Danzy. 1, 2, 3. The three tops in the chat are Nick Knack, Chimey and Tolgadi so far. You love to see it. The three kings. Here's Vinny down the right hand side. Ball over to the far side. Good claim by the keeper. Last few minutes. Going to take something special to finish these off. Chimey, I told you Onana is a match fixer. Oh, I love it. I love it. CJW, do you have a Spurs shirt? I used to have one with Packard Bell across the front. Like a long time ago. Like 90s. Maybe early noughties Spurs shirt. But yeah, it's a good 20 years ago. I've not had one since. Right, Real Madrid in down the right-hand side here. If they get this right, could be a chance. It's going to be a corner. Valverde pushing forward. Does very well yet again. And it looks like it's going to be... Is it Ceballos coming on here for Real? Oh, what's going on here? Why is Rudiger kicking off? Honestly, he could start a fight in an empty room, couldn't he? He could start a fight in an empty room. Edward, does your wife not watch Love Island? It seems a girl type thing. No, she doesn't, mate. Even she watches some rubbish, I'll tell you that. My missus watches some rubbish. She was watching the other night The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. came in, I was like, what is this? What is this junk you are forcing me to watch? Valverde's coming off as a Bios. Yeah, she watches all sorts, mate. But yeah, I was a little bit thrown by that one. But as far as Love Island goes, no, she's not really interested in it. No, I don't think so. She what does she watch? To be honest, most of what she watches is like Netflix stuff, and you know what I mean? Just like American Horror Story and Vampire Diaries. She's a bugger for Vampire Diaries. Again, it's not my thing. But you know, in my experience, women will watch all sorts of guff, and that's only my experience. But my mum watches the Christmas Films channel, right? My mum watches the Christmas Films channel all throughout the year. All year. That's how merry and festive my mum is. She watches the Christmas Films channel, which I didn't even know existed all year round. But they're like dud movies, like really poor, not really on the pictures, just kind of, yeah, just really low budget, poorly made films. And she watches them at Christmas. Yeah, unbelievable. Right, well, what time are we on now? 2 minutes. 2 minutes to go. It's going to be a goal kick. Hyson, straight out of play. Poor. Unlucky. I know you send me. Zombie King 2-0. If it's not 2-0, it's 1-0. Lisha, maybe you shouldn't have cashed out, mate. I know, but hey, what do we know? What do we know? It's getting right to the end of the game here now. There's 5 minutes of added on time at the end of the game. Michael, is there any games on tomorrow? Yes, Michael, there is the Women's Euros, which are on tomorrow. So tomorrow we will be watching... 1 second, I'll tell you. First game is Finland women against Iceland women. That is the Euro 2025 Women's Championship. That's the first game in that tournament. Iceland against Finland. So we're going to have some Scandinavian football in the Women's Euros. And then the second game is Switzerland against Norway. So we've got 2 games from the Women's Euros. Yeah, two games from the Women's Euros to see exactly how that fares. Sam Savini, thoughts on Arsenal signing Eze, a striker and a winger? Well, they haven't yet, though, have they? They haven't. And if I'm dead honest, still don't think they will. Zombie King, I want to see penalties. Lisha, is that fella right again today then? Well, no, he isn't, because he said 2. He said 2. He said 2-0 Madrid. Zombie King, I lied. We knew that. We knew you'd lied. You didn't have to say that you'd lied. We knew you'd lied. Juventus pushing forward here. Big chance. They've gone down. Claim for a penalty. No penalty. No penalty. And we've got 30 seconds left. Juventus pushing forward. Sam, you're pooing his pants. About the possibility, though. Not really. Not really, mate. You'd have to literally sign an entirely new attack and maybe even a midfield. Oh, that's not a pen. You're not getting a pen for that. Come on. Never getting a pen for that. VAR check in progress. No pen. There you go. Penalty overruled. It was never going to be a pen. Never, ever, ever, ever going to be a pen, that. And there you go. Full time. Real Madrid 1. Juventus 0. There you go. Full time. I mean, we all thought it would be a Real Madrid win. We all thought it would be a Real Madrid win. It turned out it was exactly that. A Real Madrid win, and quite a... Would we say a comfortable win? I think it was a comfortable win. I would call it a comfortable win. It was a pretty poor game to watch, and it was Gonzalo Garcia, the youngster, the young striker, who managed to, you know, step up and get a really, really good goal, a really good headed goal from a Trent Alexander-Arnold cross, no less. So Trent Alexander-Arnold creating the winner for Real Madrid to send them through to the quarter-final, where they will meet Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich in the quarters for them. And we shall see what happens next. Sam, so Zubi, Sesko, Rodrigo and Eze. Even if you got Zubimendi, Sesko, Rodrigo and Eze, you're still not winning the league. You're still not winning the league. Even with that, you're still not winning the league. No chance. That's not good enough. Sesko's not a proper centre forward. And again, where are you playing Rodrigo and Eze? You know, you're going to have to drop your captain, which you're not going to do, and Martinelli, which I don't think you're going to do. So, if I'm honest, I actually think Arsenal probably stay largely the same, and all these rumours are just that. They'll just be rumours. Three-star Reds, found out about the bet, got it down as a double, they settled first part of the bet. Oh, that's stupid, isn't it? Right. So yeah, tomorrow night we're live for the Women's Euros. Yeah, we're live for the Women's Euros tomorrow. So if you're going to be coming back for the Women's Euros, make sure, yeah. Make sure that you get back and you like and you follow and all that good stuff. Right, so with that in mind, let's wrap up, and I will see you all tomorrow. Let's have a nice night, and I'll see you all tomorrow for the Women's Euros. Three-star Reds, thanks for the great stream, mate. No probs, good to have you as always. I'll be back tomorrow night. Hopefully we'll do a bit more chatting and chit-chatting about football and nonsense and all that other mad stuff that we tend to talk about. But lovely to have you all on, and massive thank you to everyone that has come on and continued to support the channel. Thanks for those that have obviously liked and subscribed and all that good stuff. Thank you, and I will see you all tomorrow night. Take it easy.